Hello and welcome to Sentinel Skills. We will be discussing about vehicle travel safety and security in this video. The first step is planning a journey. Preparation and planning are the keys to safe and secure travel. Critical travel planning parameters like number and type of vehicles, routes, alternate routes, halt points, bottlenecks, checkpoints, potential hazards, safe havens, journey timings and communications are some of the aspects to be considered before commencing field travel. Consider these guidelines when planning a journey. Submit a travel plan. Notify others of your travel plans, times, destination, and route. Plans should include steps others should take if you do not arrive at the communicated time. Plan for delays. Estimate the arrival time for different points along the route. Plan your journey to arrive at your destination well before nightfall. Anticipate possible delays and include them into the duration of your journey. Establish contingency plans. Have contingency plans before you travel. For example, identify alternative routes and safe locations along your route to deal with any security issue. Establish procedures in the event of losing communication. Carry required documentation. Ensure that all documentation needed for travel is kept inside the vehicle. This includes vehicle registration, road tax, insurance, travel permission, radio license, waybill for supplies and so on, as required. Drivers and passengers should carry personal identification, identity card, passport or photocopy, and relevant driver's license. Avoid routine. In areas with criminal activity or other known threats, consider alternative routes and timings. Avoid routines and keep journey plans confidential. Now we will talk about road traffic safety. Safety measures. Road safety is an often overlooked safety and security issue. Among the factors affecting risk are the mechanical state of the vehicle, driver's attitude and vehicle travel safety and security, road conditions and the behavior of passengers and pedestrians. In both secure and insecure environments, adhering to safe road and vehicle practices is essential. Follow these safety measures. Use of vehicles. Keep vehicles in roadworthy condition. Transport only authorized persons. Follow organizational policies and procedures regarding vehicle use. Safe driving. Know the limits of your vehicle. Obey posted speed limits. Consider establishing organizational speed limits. Overspeeding reduces control over the vehicle and is often the cause of road traffic accidents. The driver and passengers, front and rear, must wear seat belts. Drivers must not use mobile phones. If a driver is using a mobile phone, advise them to stop and put the phone out of reach. Keep doors locked. Keep windows closed, particularly when driving through crowded areas and at slow speed. If necessary, open windows only slightly to prevent persons from reaching into the car. Basic precautions. Seek advice on the road and security situation ahead from local people, bus drivers, transport companies and officials. Be alert at all times. Always expect the unexpected. Avoid traveling alone on long or high-risk journeys. Avoid traveling at night, especially in areas where night driving is known to be dangerous. Be prepared where there is a known risk: carjacking, landmines, ambushes, roadblocks. Regularly communicate with others about your movements. Respect local traffic regulations, particularly where there are curfews and checkpoints. Ensure the fuel tank is at least half filled and always monitor the fuel level. Monitor the temperature gauge. Rising temperature indicates that the engine is malfunctioning. Now let's talk about dealing with an accident. Despite taking all reasonable measures, you may find yourself involved in a vehicle accident. If you are involved in an accident, it is important to handle the situation correctly. Follow these guidelines when involved in an accident. Assess the situation. Quickly discern the attitudes and behavior of people around the accident site to ensure that you and your staff are not at risk. Stop or not. Do not leave the scene of the accident unless you or your colleague's safety is jeopardized. Only move to the nearest police station or military post. Provide help. If someone is injured, provide immediate care and assistance. If further assistance is required, depending on circumstances and context, request an ambulance or help. Report the incident. Report the incident to your organization. If appropriate, contact the police immediately and cooperate as required. Photograph damaged vehicles. Follow all accident reporting procedures, including sketches or photographs of the scene and all damaged vehicles for investigation and insurance purposes. All vehicle accidents must be reported as an incident. Checkpoints. When traveling, it is not uncommon to encounter traffic checkpoints. Identify the types of checkpoints in your area of movement, the authorities who manage them, and the procedure for passing through safely. You should be prepared to deal with checkpoints set up by police, armed forces, or other unofficial groups. Types of checkpoints. There are two main types of checkpoints: official and unofficial. Official checkpoints serve as a source of information on the security situation in the area, act as a legitimate means for authorities to observe and control movements in secure environments, and include police checkpoints, meant for traffic control and vehicle inspection, etc. Military checkpoints, meant for immigration control, border security, counter-terrorism, etc. Unofficial checkpoints serve as a local security points, set up by armed opposition groups to extort money and gain control of an area. These can be unarmed, which are meant for self-help and local security, etc. Or may be armed, which are meant for extortion, carjacking and vigilantism, etc. Dealing with checkpoints. The best approach to deal with a checkpoint may vary from situation to situation. The following general guidelines may be helpful in many situations. Assess the situation. Approach the checkpoint slowly. Lock vehicle doors. Turn off the radio. Stop only if asked. Stay inside the vehicle. Identify who is going to speak. Be prepared to answer questions. Stay calm. Make no sudden movements. Avoid offering bribes and gifts. Follow your organization's policies and procedures regarding checkpoints. Carjacking. Aid workers may be targeted on the road for the expensive vehicles they use and the valuables they might be carrying inside the vehicles. Carjacking and armed robbery on the road are most common at traffic lights, road intersections, fuel stations, outside the office or staff residences. Such attacks are potentially very dangerous. Often, attackers are armed and nervous and may get violent to achieve what they want. Ambush methods. These are techniques which are often used for forcing the target vehicle to stop or slow down and may include placing an object in the road, boulder, fallen tree, posing as construction workers, setting up an unofficial roadblock, firing guns from a concealed position, staging an accident, minimizing risks. Minimizing risk is most important for safety and security. Follow these guidelines for minimizing the risk of carjacking. Gather the following information regarding threats on roads in your area. Level of violence used. Dealing with an incident. Your reaction when caught in an ambush will depend on your knowledge of previous incidents and your perception of the attacker's intentions. If you determine that the intent is to rob you, you should not take unnecessary risks and give up any property as demanded. If you perceive that lives are threatened, you may take more evasive action. Follow these measures when faced with the situation of carjacking. Stop the vehicle when forced to do so. Keep the engine running unless told otherwise. Remain calm and do not provoke the carjackers. Keep your hands in view and don't make any sudden movements. Do not try to negotiate. Comply with the carjacker's instructions and demands quickly. Always hand over any valuables demanded by armed assailants. You should not risk your lives to protect property. If in a group, do not talk among yourselves more than is necessary. Move to a safe location when possible and report the incident. If the driver has been shot, the vehicle immobilized, and you are under fire, then take protection against a solid object such as a boulder or a wall or the vehicle's engine block. Thank you for watching the video. If you found the video helpful, please share with your friends and colleagues. Please also subscribe to our channel to see more educational videos on safety and security. Please stay safe.